These are TikTok's biggest rock songs of 2022. From new artists to scene classics, let's look back at the songs that inspired thousands of videos on the app this year. First up, King for a Day, Pierce the Veil's 2012 collaboration with Sleeping with Sirens frontman Kellen Quinn, reached #1 on the Billboard Hard Rock streaming chart earlier this year, thanks to a huge surge in listens on TikTok. The band told us about the impact of TikTok and performing the song for new audiences backstage at When We Were Young festival.
When Vic said, how many people have seen us before? And half the crowd went up. And then he asked the crowd how many people are seeing us for the first time. And then 60% of the crowd just raised their hands. We're like, okay, cool, this is new to us because we feel like we've been in here, for a minute.
Yeah.
And seeing this resurgence and, thanks TikTok to that whole thing. And we're just riding this wave of trying to, we feel like we're starting over again, which is great, which is a good feeling.
Really
it's
nice
we're hungry now and we're we have a lot of cool stuff coming up. And man, the crowd was just, half the crowd was just like, I remember this song, and the other crowd was like, I've never heard this song, and I'm watching it for the first time.
On stage, because after that you're like, all right, well, this is an old one, so you guys might not know it.
Next up, Gayle's ABCDEFU became a popular TikTok hit and has since been certified platinum in the UK. Rock covers and versions of the track have gained over 2.9 billion TikTok views, and Gayle released her own angrier version of the song, which has over 100 million streams on Spotify. She told us about recording and performing that heavier take on the track.
But I saw the room of a rock show packed full of people that were just sweaty and rowdy and just ready to rock and roll, and I was just like, that is exactly what I want to do. That's exactly the energy I want to have live. And I would not say I am just rock. I definitely have pop elements, and I have a rock alternative inspiration, and I really try and focus on that live because it's so much fun. Just to jump around playing guitar and the bass and everybody just moshing and jumping and screaming. It's just a great time.
The final episodes of Stranger Things Season 4 were released on Netflix in July and featured the character of Eddie Munson performing Metallica's Master of Puppets. The song's popularity led to a TikTok duet challenge, which Metallica themselves even got involved in. The song re-entered the charts worldwide for the first time since its original release in 1986, with the band saying, "It's an incredible honor to be such a big part of Eddie's journey and to once again be keeping company with all of the other amazing artists featured in the show." Sueco had major TikTok success with the song Paralyzed back in 2021 and followed that up with the single Loser from the album It Was Fun While It Lasted. He told us about his approach to TikTok and how it ties in with his own songwriting style.
So obviously it's crafting the videos the right way and telling a story. Really, that's what it really is. Telling a story with the videos, capturing the viewer for whatever reason, and getting them to listen to the story and telling the story. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with my music too. It's kind of goes hand in hand because the content piece will tell the story, and then the audio, the song, will finish it or will continue that story. And that's why it connects, at least I feel like.
Another new artist who broke through on TikTok is Charlotte Sands. She has recently collaborated with The Main and Taking Back Sunday on Loved You a Little, and has released tracks this year with Sleeping with Sirens and Under Oath. Her songs Lost and Dress both found TikTok success in 2022.
That was my first experience with TikTok ever. So I didn't even really understand the app at that point. I was just posting videos that were on my phone, on TikTok. I was not somebody who at that point was this is a demo I just really should I release it? That was not what I was doing at that time. I didn't even understand TikTok marketing. And I put out that video when I was it was Thanksgiving, I think. And I was walking into my mom's house, and I remember putting my phone down and looking back at that video a few hours later, and it had 200,000 views at that point or something. It just kept going up.
Ghost made their first ever appearance on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in September with Mary on a Cross. Originally released back in 2019, a slow version of the track was used to soundtrack a Stranger Things themed TikTok and led to the band's own clip using the sound being viewed over 77 million times. Måneskin have of course had an incredible year since winning the Eurovision Song Contest in 2021. I Wanna Be Your Slave became a chart hit around the world, and Beggin', their cover of the Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons classic, became a huge viral hit, appearing in over 8 million TikTok videos to date. They have since gained over 6 million followers, and recent single The Loneliest inspired the Loneliest challenge on the platform, and the band told us a little bit more about the original inspiration behind the song.
We worked like separately, like we did first the lyrics and then we made the music. I can just talk for myself, and when I like the inspiration, it's a bit funny because it comes from Peaky Blinders, actually, because I was watching Peaky Blinders and there's this episode where he writes a letter that starts with "in case of death," and then all the idea of the song came out.
Machine Gun Kelly released his latest album Mainstream Sellout back in March, featuring the single Emo Girl with Willow. The song was originally teased on MGK's TikTok account, and he told us about his approach to that new album and following up the equally successful Tickets to My Downfall.
As I progress in my sound and in my life, I think, anger is represented in a different way with different tones, or like, happiness is represented a different way. And then also too, I'm a hip hop artist, so it's like that element has to come to play.
MGK's friend and collaborator Yungblud has also used TikTok to communicate directly with his fanbase. The track Parents has now gained over 250 million Spotify streams thanks to its TikTok popularity, and recent single Tissues from his latest self-titled album has also been gaining traction on the app. The song samples The Cure's Close to Me, and on the song he said, "This is a new era for Yungblud. I wanted to dance, I wanted to move, and I wanted to really personify in the video what this song means." Scene Queen is another new artist who has used TikTok to debut tracks this year, including her collaboration with Set It Off, Barbie and Ken, and Pink Rover, which now has over 11 million Spotify streams. We caught up with Scene Queen earlier this year to hear about the huge impact TikTok success has had on her career to date.
For me, because I like doing these like weird, funny videos, it works out to where I don't have to like constantly be shoving music down people's throats just to grow my following. And it's kind of funny. The way my TikTok ended up working out is my first like 10,000 followers that I kind of like accumulated this like little community before I even dropped music, just because I was only posting things about Warped Tour or what have you, like these funny videos. And it was all like 10,000 people that were really engaged with my following, or really engaged with my content. So then as soon as I dropped music, they were all like hyping me up or whatever, to the point that it like massively drove up my algorithm.
Jxdn first came to fame on the TikTok platform before turning his hand to music, mentored by Blink-182's Travis Barker. After huge success with singles like Angels and Demons and touring the world with Machine Gun Kelly, he returned again this year with the track Sober.
It's an accident. Travis is awesome. I feel like he did it on purpose, but he said it was an accident. It was me and Mike Posner. He like double booked us. Okay. And so Mike ended up writing this. I had this hook that I really wanted to do, and he ended up writing this song with me, which is crazy because Justin Bieber is actually such a big influence. Like I started singing when I was 9 because of him. And so to have like Mike, who wrote Boyfriend, and so many fantastic tracks. So we just had fun with the song. We played it today, and no one had heard it, and it was probably one of the best songs of the set, and like it was really great.
Games We Play's I Hope You're Happy was a breakout hit on TikTok and led to the artist signing with Fueled by Ramen via the ABCDEFU imprint run by Fall Out Boy's Pete Wentz.
Just met Pete one day, and I didn't know I was going to meet him that day, and we've just been friends ever since. Pete is like, in my opinion, a very he's not what you think Pete would be like. I don't know what people perceive Pete would be like, but he's not what I thought Pete would be like. Pete is like always down to hang and like always down to talk about whatever. And it's not like, very, he's just a friend, and it's awesome.
Loveless began posting covers on their TikTok page of tracks like Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill, eventually amassing more than 2 million followers. And their version of Middle of the Night currently has close to 30 million streams on Spotify. The band just completed a US tour and are set for a huge 2023. Lorna Shaw released their new album Pain Remains in October after a huge year which saw 2021's To the Hellfire go huge on TikTok thanks to frontman Will Ramos's punishing vocal style.
You don't think about like how, what the impact of what other people are going to think about it. So like as soon as it dropped and then it started going like viral on Instagram and then it was like on freaking TikTok, then that's when it really blew up all over the place. So it was really honestly like amazing. I didn't expect it to go as huge as it did, but I couldn't be happier. Let's put it that way.
Bring Me the Horizon are another artist who have had a classic from their discography find a new life on TikTok after Jerris Johnson produced a remix of Can You Feel My Heart, leading the track to #1 on Billboard's Hard Rock Streaming Songs chart back in 2021. This year, the band collaborated with Masked Wolf, who had his own massive TikTok moment with the song Astronaut in the Ocean. He told us a little bit about working with Bring Me on Fallout.
I got sent the chorus with the song from Ollie. And I mean, I pretty much fell in love with it straight away. I really like the darkness to it. A lot of people that listen to my stuff know that darkness and sort of emotions, feeling down and out, is where I usually go with my songs. And then from then on, I sort of had to complete the jigsaw puzzle and just do my verses and try and align it with what Ollie was saying at the same time.
Nickelback returned in 2022 with new music ahead of the album Get Rollin', and their song She Keeps Me Up from 2014 found its own new TikTok audience with over 100,000 videos featuring fans performing costume changes as the chorus kicks in. The band commented on the success, saying, "Thanks for all the love for She Keeps Me Up. That one was pretty unexpected." One of the biggest rock-related TikTok trends over the last few years has been the I'm Just a Kid challenge, where people recreated poses from past photos to the sound of Simple Plan's I'm Just a Kid. Well, the trend kept rolling this year with the likes of Avril Lavigne even taking part to celebrate 20 years of her debut album Let Go. Simple Plan frontman Pierre Bouvier reflected on the success.
But yeah, it finally became, after 20 years, it kind of connected super organically on TikTok, and it's kind of had a big old revival. The streaming numbers have doubled since then. So it's kind of bizarre, but kind of awesome to have a song that stuck around and still is kind of like doing things, But it's a song that I love. It's a signature song. It's actually a song I think that defines Simple Plan in a lot of ways. A lot of people, when they think of Simple Plan, they think I'm Just a Kid.
Bad Omens' Just Pretend reached #1 on the Hot Hard Rock Songs chart in November. Taken from the album The Death of Peace of Mind, it has been featured in over 21,000 TikTok videos and streamed over 20 million times on Spotify. In an interview with Rock Sound, Noah Sebastian said of the album, "The stakes felt so high as we were writing, making and producing it. We didn't know how people would receive it. Despite that, we knew we loved it and knew that there was something special and incredible about these songs." Finally, some true classics of emo and pop punk were trending topics in 2022. My Chemical Romance's Teenagers had a resurgence just as the band embarked on their long-awaited reunion tour. Paramore's Misery Business and All I Wanted have both been huge hits on the platform, with the latter performed live for the very first time as the opening song in their When We Were Young festival set in Las Vegas. And Blink-182's I Miss You was already a TikTok staple prior to the return of Tom DeLonge to the band. Blink joined TikTok just in time for the release of the single Edging and the announcement of their 2023 world tour. So there's some of the biggest rock songs to break through on TikTok this year, and make sure to follow Rock Sound for your latest interview clips and more from your favourite artists. That's your Rock Sound News Update. I've been James Wilson Taylor. We will see you again soon.